Woo. You know what time it is. Let's do a little warm-up before I go do it. I don't feel like hopping straight into it's the best idea. Ah, that fucking bug. Sometimes you see the path and it's just completely blocked off and you have to improvise, but it's too late. Fine. I should word it slightly better. It's not you see a path that's completely blocked off. You see a path, and you're like, ooh, that's a path. And then you look 2 steps ahead, and it's like, oh, it's blocked off. That's what we call a funnel. Where it misleads you into believing there's a path, just to block it off. You Satori a hug? I don't think I would Satori a hug, but I would hug a Satori, if that's the question. Okay, time to step. Skip Catwalk? I can, but I'm not gonna skip Catwalk. I mean, it's the way the game is. Every game technically has a full spell categorization for capturing everything in the game. Same reason why I don't like routing bombs, or why I like no bomb runs. Because I don't like I don't like theoretically skipping things. Personally speaking. Also, it's like my favorite attack in the entire game. So what am I gonna do? Not play it? Yeesh. Oops. Give the kitty a corpse. The problem is, in order to do that, I have to get my hands on a corpse, and I feel like the only way for me to really do that is to break the law. Also, I always find it funny, because most of the time when people refer to attacks in Touhou, at least in the, like, the lunatic gameplay community, like, they almost always refer to the attack by the lunatic name. But this is, like, the one attack that, like, everyone knows from its normal name, and not its lunatic name. I've never, like, heard anyone be like, ah, yes, erratic cat step. No, everyone calls it cat's walk. Oops, I should play down left. I don't know, I've never seen a normal player call it erratic cat step, but I've also, like, never seen anyone call it erratic cat step, personally. But I also don't engage with communities that broadly. So that just might be more related to the people I've seen talk about it. Oops. Drifted too far right. Sometimes it just works. Got it out of center there. Weird second wave. stumbled and didn't go up enough there. There was an arrow to the right, but I missed it. Well, actually, I saw it. I just whipped on my inputs. Okay, let's go do the attack of the hour. Go to Kageyama. It's a Kai, it's easier. Maybe not. It sounds like I'm saying cock almost, so. But hello, nonetheless. Why would I do that to myself? Listen, multiple syllable names that are longer than like 3 syllables can be annoying to refer to, you know, in talking. Some people like to shorten them. And I went to shorten it. I was like, it makes it easier. And then I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Like, finding a path in this is hard enough, and then it's like just actually maneuvering the path. I just say cinnamon. I'm not saying my name is cinnamon. Because that's a mouthful. Cinnamon is just like just the perfect length where it's like any longer and you'd want to like shorten it probably, but it's just short enough in terms of syllables that's not really something you'd go out of your way to do a shorten. Yeah, let's do the cinnamon TikTok challenge where you get a spoonful of cinnamon and put it in your mouth and spit it out because it's terrible. Because, like, why would you ever do this challenge? It's like it's a bad idea. Oh, but it's quirky internet. Anything you gotta do for internet fame. Hee. Oh, it does. I couldn't tell you what the origin of exactly when the cinnamon challenge is. But, like, it's one of those stupid internet challenges. And it doesn't matter if it's older than that. The point is, it's a challenge that has been done on that, and like, TikTok is the modern, you know, social media thing that people use for stuff like that, so... Like, here's a video of me eating a mouthful of cinnamon. That's a great idea. Like, I wouldn't say the Tide Pod, TikTok challenge. Not... Or, I would say that. It didn't originate on TikTok. In fact, I don't know if it's ever really taken place on TikTok. But it's that type of, like, genre. This deck is cruel. No one wants to spell Waggy Saggy, Wakasaka Hime. I can't necessarily blame them. Although I could definitely spell it, but that's mostly just because, like, I've seen it so much. Why would I do that to myself? Excuse me? UNR, the number one attack of you see you're about to die before you die. And you have a good second or two just to prepare your funeral. That's a sexy play. Oh yeah, how many people in the Touhou scene that speaks English are familiar with Touhou's last names that aren't nerds? Like, I mean, okay, there's a few that everyone knows, right? Like, almost everyone's gonna know Yukari Yakumo, Blonder Scarl, Sakuya Izuyo. Like, some of these are names that a lot of people are gonna know, but, like... Shirasawa. Ooh, don't do that. Just creeps this attack sometimes. I mean, some characters, especially to native English speakers, you know, some Touhou characters are not the most obvious in their pronunciations in my eyes, but especially because, you know, the Touhou games don't have any, like, voices. So, you can't, so, like, you could have so much Touhou experience and never actually hear another person say the name of a Touhou character. Yeah, Xanadu is like a title. And let's think like Yama is like Yama and Xanadu are like two parts of a title, I think. And because her name is Shikieki. Like trying to read ahead is like a lot, so much of the battle on this one. But like unlike Pet of Flare, where it's like reading ahead is like 75% of the battle, it's only like 50% on this one. Actually, like making the dodges is a lot harder on this one. These bullets are not the most forgiving. It's a really tricky read, and it took me a while to even get to the point where like I can read it like I do. And even then, it's like... It's also a little rough, just because like there's so much variable to it, with the speed of the suns, and then the position of the blue balls. You just... I should have gone faster then. It's like a... The path that you're going to try to take is consistent. And that's one thing that makes it nice. It's like, okay, you know, you go to the left, and then we cut to the right over here. We're going to try to go back to the left. I run to a bull like a dum-dum. Like, okay, we bait the suns. And we follow the path. The problem is there's so much variability that, like, you're forced to, like, look at the path ahead of time and try to determine your path really early. Because if you don't, you just risk getting RNG walled. Because sometimes a dodge will want you to... You have to go immediately or you're walled. I think those are the only changes. I mean, I'd expect that to be that way. I can't say for sure how the other difficulties look, but, you know, just follow the flow to the left, follow the flow to the right. And then try to get around the garbage, but that's where the problems come in. Because, like, PETA can wall you off. PETA has a lot of gaps, but, like, you have the whole screen to play with. There's no, like, this is the path you have to take. Well, this attack is a lot more strict in, like, you need to follow this preconceived path. Because, like, in PETA, if you get, like, a bad RNG spot, there's probably some other direction you could try to go. To some degree. There's really disgusting PETAs, but... Oh, oh, come on. Like, wow, look at how much of a gap there was between the suns there. That was so fortunate. That one was a lot smaller, but fortunately the blue balls didn't screw me. Very, very considerate gap there. Like, besides the last wave on that one, it was pretty generous. Even the last wave wasn't too bad. And that's the nice thing. It's like, sometimes it's just that! Holy shit, like, sometimes it's just that! That is one of the worst gaps I've ever seen. Like, there's so much just playing to the moment, but, like... Even when she hands you piss, it's like, you gotta play to it. But sometimes it's... Oop. Well, that's one of the, like, the hardest parts of the whole thing, is, like, as I've said, like, sometimes just making the gaps itself, it's like you can see the gap, but you still have to make it. But even if you make the gap, it's like, you try to read ahead of time, see what the game plan is. I had to go faster there. But, like, sometimes you gotta full gas it. Sometimes you need to play very slow. And, like, oftentimes, it's like, you know, you're almost inclined to play slower. Or fast, or sometimes you're more inclined to play faster, because if you play faster, theoretically, there's a world you can slow down, and, like that dodge right there. If I don't rush that one, if I hesitate for a quarter of a second, I'm probably just dead. Oh, right. Vertical, yeah. That was another one. If you don't rush that line, you just die. But sometimes you don't need to full gas it. It makes it so... It's like you have to look the gap, and you have to look 2 seconds ahead, 2 or 3 seconds ahead, and like predict what might get blocked off. While also trying to dodge bullets in the meantime. Was that the term super player used in my chat? Mod, send them to the testicular torsion chamber immediately. I can't make a joke if I can't say the joke. Listen, words are not my strong suit. What's up, Boomerin? That's another one of those gaps where you gotta rush it immediately or else you just die. At least, unlike, say, Cat's Walk, the kill window for this is pretty lenient. In which, like, even if I get slightly below average damage, it's like, it's really not that punishing. It's like, I'm just, like, never, like, that low on damage. Is that 3 in a row? Okay. Okay. She was like, oh, 3 in a row. Let's give a disgusting wave. Good grief. And I walk into a bullet. Yeah, so much of the spell is waiting in line for the second sun and then trying to go, because you don't want them to be offset from each other, because otherwise it just makes it more disgusting than it needs to be. Try Ultra Petunar? I have no real interest in that. Oh my goodness, girl. Well, yeah, Touhou hitboxes will allow you to do weird things like that sometimes. Like, it is possible, albeit, like, it's one of those things where it's like, you shouldn't really treat it as possible, because it's not reasonable. It's also one of those things that might be tight enough where it's, like, Reimu exclusive, even. But I don't know that for fact, so don't quote me. Are comfy. What does it mean to have a comfy misdirect? Well, I'm glad you find them less stressful. Although, at the end of the day, as the person playing it, still is a little stressful. Then they'll pick up the corners. Yeah, I did that for a time. Back when I was, like, once seeing this game a while ago. That was kind of like the original strat I learned it on. But I learned to play it a little more angled since I came back to the LNN grind. Because Reimu B can get away with playing a little to the side due to the, despite the fact that the homing sucks, because, like, I can play right here and the homing actually still does work. Because if you play in the middle and then too far to the right, the homing doesn't do anything. So, so you get full damage if you stay right here, but then when you jump far enough to the side, it doesn't. There's only so far to the right, like, the homing will actually work. But if we play slightly left, and then a bit further to the right, but not as far to the right, which we would be otherwise, it allows you to min-max damage, and make the dodges probably slightly better. Although that's kind of vary depending on the moment. All in all, it's done like this because it saves you a few seconds. Because if you don't do this, it can last up to like 46 seconds. But if you do this, you can get kill times from anywhere from 37 to 40 seconds. Otherwise, you're looking at a whole another wave, potentially, to dodge through, depending on how optimal you are. Oops. So, yeah, the big sun is aimed directly at you. At least the one sun is, and then the others are positioned around that sun, of course. But every time she shoots the sun directly at you. So that's why you can kind of change your misdirect up and play around that accordingly. Or try to, is probably the better term. Ooh, shoddy. Okay, if this could suck. What do you mean could suck? As someone who dealt with this on base yesterday, I can attest it does suck. That's actually why I'm doing it right now. Ooh, shoddy. Okay, let's get my 250th one. Oh, fuck! There we go. I now have a 1-in-3 not Cat's Luck. A 1-in-3 UNR cap rate. It's technically just slightly over 1-in-3, but it's essentially 1-in-3. I'm gonna do some runs. I'm gonna go pee first though. Give me 1 minute. UNR is a test of balls? Yeah, I still have both of them. I'm so good. But yeah, there's a big difference between doing things in a run and during practice, but that's why you do it in practice so much, right? Or that's why when you're grinding for a run, you do it in practice so much, so that when you do it in a run, even under pressure, like, you can just fall back on your, like, instincts and just play to what you know. That's why you do it 1,000 times, right? Like, if I play against Needles of Yore in practice, like, I can have myself calm, collected, and focusing, okay, this is my dodges. I can think through my actions very soundly. If I'm on, like, a good paced run, I can't. And in that instance, I have to have done it so many times that it's just instinct to play it properly. Because otherwise you risk panicking on it. On 60, yeah. It's like when I did PCB, it's like Sumizome. Like that's a spell where it's like, okay, I have a lot of plan for it. Okay, here's my general flow for how I want to do it. Here's my layout. Here's my what's the best term for it? It could use the word steering, but that's not like the term I want to. Backups, like you can do your improvisation. That's kind of what I was thinking of. Like, oh, here's the general flow. Here's how you improvise in these situations. But like when I'm in the middle of a run, like, also, by the way, that was a corner Yamame. Wanna comment on that real quick? Yamame being a fucking bitch. Hold on. Yamame hug? No. She gets a hug whenever I'm done with this game. But like I say, it's like how I could beat Sumizome in the middle of a run. It's like, do it enough in practice that you get it down to like your instincts, and then when things go wrong, which something will go wrong on a run, you already know how to improvise to it because you've done it a lot. You've done that exact improvisation or something along that exact line before. Like you do cat's walk 3,000 times like I have, so that hopefully when you have it on a run, you see something that you've seen before, and you can play around that. Now, the problem is actually doing that, of course. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like you gotta practice over and over, and then you will still die, and then you just you gotta keep going until you eventually don't die, right? New wheels does orange spin? Well, I guess that also kind of depends on how long Catwalk lasts, right? Really? Yeah, if you're doing 2 walks, you can calculate how much he spins it, but... I didn't hug her. It's because I know I sometimes have to tap up, but like I'm not exactly confident as to like when the situation is, and I just wasn't thinking it. Yamame Non-1 is one of those attacks that if it was late in a run, you'd have to have 1,000 attempts at it, because there's so much just weird nuance to it. And it's difficult to practice some of the nuance on it, because it's just so random. But she gets away with it because she's a stage 1 boss, and you can just reset. Doesn't make her not annoying, though. But she is cute, and that's what matters. Yamame with stage 6-minute boss. Yeah, you'd have to spend a lot more time practicing that Yamame non-1. I believe you could get it down consistent. So it would be an annoyance, but it would be something you could get down pretty consistently. Also, if she just gives you good RNG, that's fine. But, like... Okay, well, I wasn't necessarily referring just to getting the exact same RNG layout, but, you know... Glad we have other math nerds here to count out random calculations. You're curious? Hey, I mean, I'm a math nerd. I can appreciate it. Though it wasn't necessarily quite what I was looking for, but, you know. How long until you get the same PDH twice? PDH. I don't know if I don't know if the odds of getting the same PDH if it happened to last the exact same length. I don't know if those odds would fit on the screen without taking up so much chat that like you couldn't even fit in a single Twitch message. Of course, the game probably can't compute quite that far, but you never know. The joke about PDH was the number's probably so large it's not really realistically quantifiable. At least in a way that any human could comprehend. Although there are probably a lot of Go attacks. Like Cat's Life, like you just did. If someone can actually comprehend that number you said, then go for it. But considering that no one can humanly comprehend a large amount of even pi, and there are still aspects of pi that remain unsolved, I don't think numbers like those are going to be answered well. A quantum supercomputer. I mean, a quantum supercomputer could maybe calculate it, but how are you going to comprehend what it means? Like in Balatro, when you get E, 150, it's like no one can humanly comprehend like exactly what that number means. Some people could do the math to determine like exactly how many zeros it is and shit, but like people aren't gonna like be able to comprehend the scale of that number. All you know is big number go burr, and that's what matters, right? Oops. Ah, yeah, that's what I deserved that one. Too close to the middle. If you told Yuko she was getting awarded 1 apple crumble, she would try to determine every digit of pi. Actually, no, that's a lie. She wouldn't do it. She would tell Yomu to do it, so she could get the pie. Why am I dying? Why is my brain not computing? I'm too busy trying to comprehend large numbers. It's Jover. Catwalk 15-minute time lock. Ha ha ha. You're too over. Well, what I'm curious about now is when I get to stage 4 and 5 after yesterday, how the pressure is gonna feel. Because now that I've actually pushed my PB back to UNR, I wonder if it's going to make Stage 5 better or worse. It'll probably make specifically Needles of Yore better, but I wonder about everything else. So I feel like there'll probably be less pressure on at least Needles, but... I'm not doing a 15-minute time lock of anything, and even if I did, Cat's Walk for a few reasons would not be my #1 target. Big Flight Saucer. That spell is very low on my list. I love me some UFO, but if there are 2 things in UFO I don't like, it's Legendary Flying Saucers and Byakugan 2. I could do a 15-minute Icicle Fall on normal timeout. That might work well. Or time lock, excuse me. That's Byak's final. At least on Lunatic. I don't know exactly what it's called on other difficulties, so it may have a different name. Oh, if Simon's just Jamer's ult, then when you doing Gengetsu rage phase? Fine, we'll make it easy. Instead of doing it at quarter speed, you could do Gengetsu rage phase at half speed. Let me know how that goes for you. I don't have much interest in time lock, but if there was an attack in this game out of time lock, as much as I like Cat's Walk, it'd probably be like Petaflare. Honestly, like Petaflare, Mount Uwu, or Mountain Toss are probably would be like the 3 candidates I would pick for that. Probably the ones that I think would be the most fun for that. Do this attack of the time lock for 15 minutes. It's just pulling your hair out of your head over and over. Wow, that's what I baited properly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I knew that Jamers had done this, but I was more, that's why I said at half speed. Because he did it at a quarter speed. It's like, when are we getting it at half speed? Do 2 dude list. Don't worry about it. Don't do yourself the trouble, because I wonder if that's how like possible that actually is. Although there are probably some funky PC90 achievements that are probably more possible than some people may look at, just because, you know, there's no Japanese players who play PC98, you know, because of emulation laws. So some people who would probably do some insane things to PC98 or try some of those don't do that. I hate predicting lasers. Why would I do that to my snow? It's cool to see that as of late, I feel like the PC98 like scene for Western players has actually started to go up. So you start seeing more and more people playing those games because I feel like because the Japanese scene like can't really engage with them, you don't have any contact there, and so the Western scene, I feel like there's. Why would I do that? Has always slowed down. Or hasn't been as interested in it, and it's been a lesser thing. Until as of recent, I feel like it's kicked up more. Like our world record today. I'd believe it. I know he's been on some score grinds and stuff. I know he's been getting some runs and stuff. I don't pay super attention to the details, but... Verified 10 Desires hater. Yeah, because you gotta remember, any game that's not 6, 8, 10, 11, or 15 is automatically terrible. That's how it works. Cat Dog Time. SMH my head. Barn, I hate you. Welcome to my life. Although you misspelled you misspelled hate, so I'm gonna have to report you to the Twitch police on this one. You made a misspelling, so everything you've said so far today and will say is immediately invalid, and you're gonna have to go to jail. It's miserable. To some people, maybe, but not to me. Never trust the spider. He's a super player. Yeah, but I own a Ford, not a Supra. Wording for Yuka. Careful, you might accidentally bait out the Yuka fans with that one. Oh shit. Are you kidding me? You say that, and some people would already be getting naked on the way over there. Not because they're interested in sex, but just because they're interested in getting beat up by her. You're the Yuka fan? No. The Yuka fans. They have a very, very vocal scene of people who want to get stepped on by Yuka. You know, we need to actually make that jail in real life. That's run by one of only Yukas. And we call that natural selection. So we can trim the herd. Distract me. Oh, my bad. I should have realized that you were 30 seconds deep into a cat's walk and stopped talking. My bad. Sorry. Oh, you're talking about I'm distracting you about, yeah, Yuka, yeah. See, this is the problem. Like, like I know there are other characters that have fans of questionable attire. I know the Ron fans, the Tsukasa fans, Sakuya, Sanai. There are quite a number of fans who are characters who have very questionable fan bases at times. But maybe it's just circumstantial evidence. I just feel like I've never seen anything quite like Yuka fans. Orin fans, I've seen a lot of people that like Orin and talk about Orin, but for the most part, they don't come across as down bad. At least in my experience, you know. There's the Tsukasa fans. Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm not comparing you to Tsukasa fans. You're somehow worse. You want to fight? I would, but you probably live far enough away from me where I don't think we can really fight. Yeah, I love the My Tensions I hear Tsukasa post. That's so good. That was not where I'm supposed to go. I went way further to the right than I needed to. You probably should have touched. Yeah, I mean, I live here in Michigan, and there's I have a pond in my backyard, and during the summer, oh boy, is there a lot of ducks there. They like to block the road and walk, because neighbor across the street puts a feed out for them. And they walk single file. There'd be like 70 of them, just single file across the road. In the middle of summer. They'll walk over, and then they'll fly back to the pond. So they don't get in the way of, like, the road on the way back, but they walk over there. Would you like to stock? Yeah. I'll say I'm from Michigan. Oh, in terms of land mass, it's bigger than several European countries, so good luck finding exactly where in Michigan. Hell, I've even run it down before. If people try hard enough, it's very easy to find out the city where I live, if you want to call it a city. Yo, guess there's super play. Let me take a picture of my backyard, and you have to guess exactly where it's located. Oh, I'm about to get bombs sent to my house. Uh-oh, gotta start banning people. Simon, get banned. He looks Swedish. That's actually pretty close. I am a quarter finish, so I gotta shoot these guys. What am I doing? What am I doing, dude? I'm not spinning properly? Oh my goodness. I forgot what stage this was. This just in, local Michigan man gets doxxed online while playing Touhou because he disagrees about Touhou ships. Now, I say that as a joke, but the sad part, the thing that I always love the most is how in the wonderful degenerates of Danganronpa fans, how they've actually doxed people before because of ships. True thing. Someone doxed someone once, and in the reason said, one of the reasons was disagreed about a ship. Oops. Every time I go through the floor, it makes you panic. It makes me panic every time I go through them. Suboptimal. We don't need P. Who needs P? Game. We're playing this game P-less. Stuck. Port's unstuck. Okay, spider. I actually died intentionally. And I'm going to actually intentionally today make sure I don't get the LNN. Because I don't want to have to post an LNN video, and like the first 10 minutes is just just talking about being stepped on by Yuka. Gotta make sure that's cut out of the videos, so we can't get LNNs today. You've mentioned, you've never told me how much. You've told me that you want it, but you've never said how much. Like, I don't know if that's really a quantifiable thing, but you've never really quantified it before, so... But again, I don't know how quantifiable it's actually. You're impartial? What do you mean? You're impartial in that if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yes, well that means you don't want it enough. Bring back their reputation. I hate to break it to you, but I don't think the acts of one person is going to do that. What reputation exactly? Like, I like Yuka. She's a character I really like. I wouldn't call myself a dedicated Yuka fan, or a particularly strong Yuka fan by any means. With like this negative energy. Feel like Yuka fans. Oh no, I'm gonna get spammed with Yuka porn online. What am I gonna do? Ha! Take this. Yuka fans and Amiko fans. Where are they? As far as I know, they only exist in the fighting games. Don't expect me to respond to questionable DMs on Discord. I already had 11 do that. I don't need someone else. Although he's never gone too far. It's save me only 10 megabytes. How big are these images? Bro's out here painting the fucking Mona Lisa of Yuka. I try to post it on Discord. These guys fucking 10,000 pixels by 10,000 pixel images. Oh, look at. I'm scared. Fortunately, I stream in Do Not Disturb, because I'm smart enough to go into it and have Do Not Disturb. The streamer mode. Every time I open up OBS, I immediately turn off streamer mode. Sure, Do Not Disturb temporarily silences notifications, and that's all that matters to me. Listen, family team's in the Discord, and the problem is, you know, if I turn stream, I mean, it's not really a problem, but like I turn on streamer mode, and it just shortens his name to F dot dot dot. It's like, oh, it might be a bad word. Oh shit, his name might have the F word in it, because I totally have Discord on stream. It's like, oh shit, it might be bad language. Actually, it shortens like almost every name. So if you join and start spamming, I am going to ban you with no remorse. Like there's a ton that goes on, just the occasional conversation. One for one ban. Do that? No, I haven't had anybody do that yet. But I know how humans are. Messed up my route there slightly, but it's fine. Should add everyone. I've said it before, I don't like adding, even if I have a Discord that's like specifically for my streams, it's like I don't like just like, oh, here's add everyone. Worst comes to worst, if people really want, I believe you can go into the notification settings of a specific channel and set it to all messages, but otherwise, it's like, I don't want to, like... I don't like adding people. That's why also, if I ever use replies on Discord, I specifically turn off the, because when you reply to someone, you can actually, like, specifically at them or not at them. I make sure I never add them, because I just don't like doing that. Plus, unless I like don't stream for some reason, due to X thing, it's like I stream at the same time every day anyway. With very, very minimal exception. playing spam my DMs on my server. How generous of you. I was actually ready for it, but I wasn't paying enough attention. Some time. No NSFW stuff? Yeah. I don't want to have to moderate things. Because the problem is, if you start, you know, it's not that I'm necessarily opposed to people posting NSFW content, but it's the problem is I have to moderate it. And so I'm just going to say no. Because I don't want to have to moderate things. Yeah, that's just essentially for memes. Whenever I find my Touhou memes, or the occasional non-Touhou meme. Bad for... I didn't kill a single red guy there? Hello? There are some basic Discord guidelines I need to follow, like do not harass people, and then harassing can involve pings. And so if there are people who are being problematic, which does exist on Discord, now the Touhou scene's pretty small, and it's not like I have that many people around, so I don't have an issue with it, but in situations like that, you gotta just prep for things ahead of time. Shall I kill? I don't know, look at some Discord servers, you never know. Mods, remove his testicles. Not you too, Fomarin. We already had one. We already had a super player incident. Oh. Mods, send them to the testicular torsion chamber immediately. Hey, I actually said it properly this time and didn't flub my way through it like last time. Incredible. I actually could say words. Conserve Yuka per chance. He is the true administrator, yeah. I don't know who the admin of the testicular torsion chamber is. You'll have to go there and find out yourself. Fortunately, I've never broken the rules, so I've never had to go there my snelf. That's the rules. If I see the word super player in chat, that's immediately testicular torsion chamber. I don't make the rules, but I do, but like, you know. Hell, I've been going a little over an hour and a half. Okay, I got a little bit more left in me. That's on thin ice. Yeah, what about it though? Like, I don't know. I don't really wear suits, right? Like I've worn a suit once before at my brother's wedding. A friend of mine I wore. It wasn't really a suit. It was a nice outfit, but it wasn't a suit. I've only ever like worn a true suit like once. My brother, is that just everything? Every time there's a person mentioned, John X. Yeah, I was shopping the other day, and there's someone. There's a cashier there. John Cashier. John shopping, yes. John posting. Just add it to everything. It'll work fine. Yeah, that sounds good. Damn, I can't believe after PBing yesterday, I haven't had the nuts run yet today. It's Jover. I've really fallen off. I should probably retire. Yes, Mark. Locked at 60.3? I don't know. Fix your computer, SMH my head. Okay, Yugi. Okay, Yugi, I need your help to send Oku to the Shadow Realm. There's your Yu-Gi-Oh! Joke. I summoned Pot of Greed to draw 2 cards from my deck. Aha, do you like that? Changing it up. Yeah, I like the episode where John Yu-Gi-Oh! Had to fight Yugi in the final. There, I can John post too. How do you like it? Attack my atheist. Okay, third tries the charm to see if we can actually spin properly. Make sure we grab the life piece, because in a run where the objective is not to die a single time, making sure we have more lives is very important. Ooh, I did not like that one. Could be a little awkward here. Nope, she gave me a real good line. Should be plenty good damage. Ooh, nice try, Red Blazer. Compared to a Rin super fan. Like, Rin is in the cat from this game, or Rin is in the Vocaloid? Uh-oh. Of course. Few attacks in Touhou are more stressful than that attack, in my opinion. Like, not necessarily in terms of context of the run, but just in terms of how stressful the attack is. nice fog. Okay, kitty cat problems. Neat. That was a tight cat's walk. Okay, kitty cat. One for the front, one for the team. Prove to me why you're the best cat in Touhou. No, my life piece. What? Oh, come on! I didn't even know what killed me at first. Damn it! I don't believe Catwalk's rings are dependent on their previous rings, but I don't know that for fact. The, exactly how the rings on Catwalk spawn, you'd have to look at the code for to figure out the details. As far as I know, I feel like they're... Ha! That's funny. I feel like they're both pure random. Oh, I am way too fast right now. This could be a rough cutback. Yeah. Well, at least I already died. Can't make my day, bird. How amusing. How amusing. Meowsing, yeah. Okay, Takamak check in the chat. Are you guys Takamaks on the left or Takamaks on the right? You know, I guess I should ask myself what answer did I expect from some people? What's up, son? My behated? Nice 3-miss. Perfect Goku. I don't really care about the 2 deaths at the start of Stage 6. Oh, that's just... Oh, that Needles one was painful. Like, yesterday when I had that 1 miss, it wasn't really painful. It just felt like, you know, that's just the nature of UNR. That didn't... Oh, it just was such a painful Needle death. It was like I was right there, and I just backed right into it. Whatever, that was a run that made me very happy. I can't believe I lived that cat's walk on that run. Okay, it's been 2 hours. Not push the push it.